Family and friends, good morning, good morning. Today is Tuesday, but today, my friend, is not just any Tuesday. Today is $1,000 challenge, Tuesday challenge day. Yes, $1,000, $1,000 challenge Tuesday. And that's what we're doing today. We're challenging ourselves today. Can you make $1,000 today? How many of you believe that you can make $1,000 today? Someone responded in a post that I posted earlier that they wish that they could. You know what I would say to that? I would say that whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're absolutely right. So it's based on what you believe. If you believe that you can make $1,000 a day, $1,000 today, then you will. And if you don't succeed at making that $1,000 a day, you will at least make an attempt. What I'm actually trying to do is to get people to think outside the box. So what you're actually saying is that I don't believe that I can make $1,000 today. I don't believe that I can make $1,000 a day. But I believe that I can make $16 an hour. I believe that I can make $18 an hour. I believe that I can make $20. So if you believe that you can make $20 an hour, why can't you believe that you can make $50 an hour? I mean, what's stopping you from making $50 an hour if you were able to believe that you can make $17 an hour? So we challenging ourselves today because you saying to yourself, you know, $1,000 a day. You know, how can I make $1,000 a day? And if you asking yourself that question, then you're in the right place. Because that's what it starts with you thinking. I know what I need to do to make $19 an hour, right? I know what I need to do to make $22 an hour. I know what I need to do to make minimum wage. I know what I need to do to make that. But what do I need to do to make $50 an hour? What do I need to do to make $100 an hour? So now your mind, right? Your mind is beginning to think. And you're trying to figure out now, okay, what do I need to do? And that's what it all starts right there. But if you start with the mindset where I only wish I can, yes, you can. The question is, why can't you? And your answer is, well, I don't know how. I don't know what to do. Okay. You find out what to do. You find out how. Don't you know a lot of your social platforms, right? Like TikTok. I asked somebody today, right, about TikTok. Did they watch TikTok? I said, yeah, they watch TikTok and things like that. And they said they was watching it and it was something that they was watching it and it was funny. And I say, that's all you getting out of TikTok is, you know, is being human, you know, being entertained. I say, don't you know that TikTok is a platform that people are using to get rich? People are selling everything under the sun on TikTok. It is not going to cost you anything. All you have to do is figure out what is it that people want. Look at what they're selling and duplicate it. What is it that people need every day? What is it that people will buy every day? People buy detergent, soap, deodorant, toilet paper. People buy these things every day. You buy these things every day. You buy these things every day. But you don't want to sell them. You're not selling them, but you're buying them. You're being a consumer. So you can make $1,000 a day. And it's not going to even cost you a lot to even invest. We live in a society now. You have social platforms. You can order stuff from overseas. They have so many different distributors now. You can get a lot of these things wholesale. What do you think all these Arabs are doing in our community? They putting their money together and they buying stuff wholesale, and they filling up 10 and 15 stores in our community by putting their money together. And then they overprice you for stuff that they buying it for pennies. They buying the stuff for pennies. And they balking it up 100%. So they don't even care if you steal some of it, because they already know how much money they didn't gain from it. So, and then also, I had a conversation with a young lady today, and she made $1,000 a day, right? And this was just early this morning. Actually, she said that she had already made $1,400 today. She already made $1,400 today. And that was like before 9 o'clock this morning. And she may even get on here and even share it. But she had already made $1,400 today. So why can't you make $1,000 today? But you believe that you can go to work. You believe that you can go to work and make 18 hours an hour. You believe that, right? You believe that you can make 18 hours an hour, but you don't believe that you can make $50 an hour. You don't believe that you can make $100 an hour, because you keep saying you don't know what to do. Well, I'm telling you what to do. Find something to sell. That's what you do. Find something that people need and sell it to them. Yes. Sell it to them and keep selling it to them, because they always need it. When did they stop selling toilet paper? When did they stop selling deodorant? When did they stop selling laundry detergent? They haven't. They keep selling it to you. You know why? Because you keep buying it. Because they know this is something that you need. So you can make $1,000. What can you sell? What can you sell right now that can help you to make $1,000 a day? What service, that you can provide, that will allow you to make $1,000 today? Today, my friend, is not over. It's not over. Think outside the box. How can you make $1,000 today? What can you do? What can you sell? Think about it. Go on to TikTok. But don't go on it to be entertained. Go on it to observe and learn and see what some people are doing. You don't have to rewrite. You can take a page from other people's book. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just duplicate it. Just duplicate what is already being done. Find some people, that want to invest. Find some people that's serious about making some money. And do the same things, that you have these Arabs and Arabs doing, in our community. The same thing that the Chinese was doing. The same thing the Koreans was doing. They was coming together and they was buying stuff bulk. They was buying at bulk prices, and they opened up 4 or 5 stores. So they're able to distribute to 5 stores with one shipment. With one shipment. You supplying 5 stores with one shipment? So what can you do to make $1,000 today? Today is $1,000 Tuesday. What you gonna do? What's your plan? What service can you provide? And even if it's not $1,000, what can you do to make $100 today? Right? For some of you right now, you broke. You broke right now, and you need some money. What can you do to make $100? To take $100 home today and put it up? What can you do? I mean, you have to start somewhere, right? You have to start somewhere, you know. $1,000, $500. What can you do? But don't sell yourself too small. Don't sell yourself too small. Because one thing, when you commit yourself to something, I'm going to tell you one thing about commitment. When you commit yourself to something, you're going to find a way to get it done. That's what happens, you know, when you commit yourself. When you say you're going to do it, you find a way to get it done. But when you don't believe that you can do it, you're going to find a reason not to get it done. You're going to talk about everything that you don't have. Everything that you don't have. Don't you know that every invention, it didn't start out with money. All it started out with an idea. And then you can be innovative. Be creative. There's a lot of resources out here. A lot of things that you can do. Try something. People are looking, you know, for things that are different. You live in a land of opportunity. I'm talking about you can reach all the way across, you know, the United States, around the world, and buy resources, purchase products, things that you can use to sell. It don't make a difference what it is. You can get it. And you can get it at good prices. So why do we continue to allow, you know, our community, you know, to be robbed, you know, of its resources when we have access to these same things? These same things, we have access. We can get these things now. So we really don't have an excuse. I remember back in the day, right? A lot of people used to go up New York. You know, a lot of people used to go up New York, you know, because New York was pretty much a hub, you know, for fashion. You know, New York was a place where you can go and get wholesale. So you actually had to go to New York, you know, to have an advantage because you was able to get wholesale in New York. But we live in a day now where you don't even have to leave your house. You can travel the world, you know, with your phone and buy wholesale. And buy wholesale and sell at retail price. Just think about all the things. I was looking at a site yesterday. They were selling gently used tennis shoes at bulk price. Gently used tennis shoes. You know how many people that would buy gently used tennis shoes? Name brand, gently used tennis shoes. That's a business in and of itself. Because a lot of people like nice things, but they really can't afford it, right? They really can't afford it. So you can buy bulk, gently used tennis shoes and sell them and make money. So it's a lot of things out there, you know, that we can do to make some money. But you can't make money and make excuses at the same time. So you have to decide, you know what, I'm going to make some money. So we have to shift our mindset and start looking at things different. Start looking at the social platforms as different. Start looking at the people who's making the money. Look at what they're selling. Look at what they're doing. Look at, you know, who's being attracted to their page and to the products that they're selling. Yeah, that's how you make money. Let me tell you one thing about me. I'm a hustler at nature. I am. I'm a hustler at nature. I done sold hair. I done sold MAC makeup. I was probably one of the first in the Baltimore City selling MAC makeup before they start coming in with all the bootleg stuff and people shut it down. Yes, I mean, I sold that. I sold the hair because it's about supply and demand. Women say, get the hair. Can you get the hair? And I got the hair. But I wish I wouldn't have got the hair because nobody wanted to buy it for the price that I was selling it for. A lot of you women always want somebody to get y'all something, but that was a lesson learned. I mean, I invested in a lot of different things. And you know what? I made a lot of money. Sold perfume. I mean, I made a lot of money. I'm talking about a lot of money. I know I made over $10,000 selling MAC makeup. $10,000 selling MAC makeup. The same with perfume over the years, over $10,000. Hair. I don't think I made that much selling hair. I probably made about $3,000. I think I took a loss selling the hair, to be honest with you. But it was a lesson learned. You know, I invested in so many different things. I remember, back, when the CDs was popular. You know what I invested in? I invested in a CD burner. Yeah, I had one of them 15 tower CD burners. So I was burning off the CDs and I was making money. And I made so much money off the burner, I ended up selling the burner to my uncle. And he made a lot of money off of it. So what I'm saying is that there's plenty of opportunities. It's plenty opportunity for you to be able to make some money. There's so many platforms where you can sell, and you don't even really have. All you have to do is just get your business set up. Just get your business set up. It doesn't cost you much to do that. Get your bank account set up so you can have everything right. And find your product. Find something that people are already selling. Look at new trends. There's a lot of technology out there today that's going to help you. Many of you familiar with, different AI systems, Chat GPT. Use it. Use it. Don't get behind the 8 ball. I'm telling you, you do not want to get behind the 8 ball with Chat GPT. Listen, these are your friends. These are to help you to be better. It helps to make you smarter. That's what it's designed for. It helps to make you better, help you to get to the answers that you need. So now that we have more resources, it doesn't make sense for us to do less. I mean, it doesn't make sense for us to be broke today. It really don't. Because it's too many ways to make some money without breaking law. It's too many ways. It's a lot of things that you can do. And you may be a little uncomfortable because it's something, things you may not be used to, but that's okay. Take your time and come out of your comfort zone. Because the truth, let me tell you something. 90% of people's problems can actually be solved with money. Yes. I didn't say 100%. I know money doesn't solve all problems. That ain't what I'm saying at all. But I know for fact that 90% of people that I know, problems could be solved if they just had some money. Think about that. So if 90% of my problems could be solved if I just had some money, why would I allow those problems to go unsolved when all I need to do is find a way to get me some money to solve those problems? So if you look at some of the problems in your life right now and you like, man, if I just had a couple dollars, I'd be good. You need to find a way to get you a couple dollars. Right? I mean, it only makes sense. You need to find a way to get you a couple dollars so that you can be okay. And there's a lot of ways that you can do it and take a lot of pressure off yourself. Take that, because financial stress is heavy. You're talking about families, communities, nations are destroyed because of finances or lack of. And you in a place where you can do something about it. You can do something about it. So figure out, for the rest of this week. How can I make $500 a day? How can you make $1,000 a day for the rest of the week? Every day. That's the challenge. Every day I have to figure out a way to make $1,000. I have to figure out a way to make $100. And whatever works for you. But don't set the bar too low. You know, don't set the bar too low. I mean, set the bar high. Because when you set the bar high, it's going to push you out your comfort zone. It's going to push you out your comfort zone. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Once again, use some of these social platforms. TikTok. You know, TikTok, they selling everything on TikTok. Go in there and see what they selling. Go see what they selling. And there's a lot of different places where you can order and purchase things, you know, from across seas at bulk price. And you're going to get good prices and discounts. So what can you sell today? What service, you know, can you provide today? Right? And another thing is, you know, nobody starts off good. Right? Nobody starts off good. But you have to at least get started, right? You have to at least get started. And it starts with a shift in mindset and saying, you know what, I think I can. I think I can too. You know what? I know I can. I know I can. I know I can make $100 a day. I know I can make $500 a day. I know I can. I know I can. And even if you don't accomplish that goal today, that's okay. Don't shift your mindset. Remember, the destination, the goal don't change, right? So it's still a learning process. What do I need to do? And you may come close and say, you know what? I didn't get close. I didn't make the $1,000 today, but I made $300, right? And that's a start. Celebrate that. I didn't lose anything. Celebrate it. But the goal don't change. You don't shift the goal. If it's $500, $1,000, that's what it is. And the idea is to get you to think. The idea is to get you to start, you know, being inquisitive. Start looking at things different. Changing your perception. And not just looking at things from a consumer perspective, but looking at it from an investor's perspective. What can I invest in? How can I invest in this? You know, some of you can even go and even ask that question. Some of the people that's selling things on TikTok, you know, tap into them. You know, go in that DM and ask them, how can I invest in this? I like what you have going. I love your product. How can I invest in it? What do I need to do to invest? Right? So it's not going to hurt to ask, because that's what you're trying to do. You're doing homework, you're doing research, and that's part of it is asking questions. So be deliberate, be intentional, you know, about getting out the house, asking some questions, getting you a pen, getting you some paper, and going onto these social platforms and see what's going on, and see how you can get involved. So challenge yourself today. $1,000 today, right? $500 today, $500 tomorrow, and we're gonna keep the goal in mind. Keep it in mind. Also, you know, share this with somebody. People need to hear this. People need to hear this. Because the reality is nobody is coming to rescue you financially. Nobody is coming to bail you out financially. They're not. You know, it's pretty much every man for themselves. People are trying to do what they need to do. So nobody's going to bail you out. So you have to take the initiative. Network. Find some other people, that's willing to do the same. And it doesn't matter where you at. Just get started. Start small, but dream big. $500 today. That's the goal. $1,000 today. That's the goal. And keep getting out the house. Keep working towards it. And don't be afraid to try some things. Don't be afraid to try some things. Do your research, do your homework, and then make your move. Make your move. Right? Got to make your move. Make your investment. Do your research. Do what you need to do. But your dreams matter. Listen, don't give up on your dreams. Don't keep settling for nothing. Don't keep sitting around waiting for somebody to give you something that they're not going to give you. Don't keep sitting around waiting for people to give you an opportunity that they're not going to give us. So we have to create our own opportunities. And there's a lot of opportunities out there. So be that trailblazer. Create your own opportunity. And don't wait for someone to give you a job. Because if somebody give you a job, they pretty much telling you, what they figure what your worth is. So they're going to give you a job and give you, they say, I'll give you $20 an hour. I'll give you $40 an hour. I'll give you $50 an hour. And then you get stuck with that mindset and you forget all about the $1,000 a day. And the crazy thing is, their goal is the $1,000 a day. And your goal is $12 and $15 an hour. So we have to shift that. Why can't you have the $1,000 a day and pay somebody? Why you can't have the $10,000 a day and pay somebody $20 an hour? And that's what it means to be the lenders and not the borrowers. So we changing our mindset. And it starts with a conversation. A conversation just like this. Setting a goal, a challenge. I mean, we have all type of challenges, right? We have all type of challenges, but why can't we challenge yourself, to be financially stable, financially, independent? Why we can't challenge ourselves to make $1,000 a day? Right? And you sure can. You should work and build initially. I believe that if you have a job, if you have a full-time job, that's great. But you should also have a part-time job, and that's building your own wealth. Your part-time job should be working on building your own wealth. That should be your part-time job. And you can take the money, from your full-time job and use that to invest in your business. Use that money to invest in you. That's the money you use to invest. Don't use that money and spend it. There's a book that I would recommend that everyone read, and it's called The Richest Man in Babylon. I mean, it's a great book, The Richest Man in Babylon. And it really tells you, about finances. It tells you about finances, tell you about investment, and tell you about the importance, of investing your money and not just saving your money. Tell you about how you should make your money your slave. Yes, make your money your slave. Before you spend that money, make it your slave. So if I have $100, right? Instead of me spending that $10 out of the 100, I'm gonna take that 100 and I'm going to make that $100 my slave. Meaning, I'm going to take that $100 and I'm going to make that $100 work for me. So I want to at least take that $100 and I want to make at least a $50 profit. So I can take that $100 and invest it, and I can make a $50 profit, so I have $150. So I didn't spend the $100. I invested the $100. So now I can take $50, or I can even take $25, right? Or I can take 10% and pay myself first. 10% pay God, right? So I got 10% of that saved. So that's $10 on $100. $100 on every $1,000, right? I'm putting up. And then I'm taking a percentage of that money and I'm reinvesting it. So what I'm actually saying is that never spend money before you invest it. Never spend money before you invest it. You make it your slave. You make it work for you. And you spend part of the profit from the investment. So if you make $100, right? If you make $100, what do? Do you go spend $10 out of 100? No. You find a way to make that $100 work for you first. What can I do with this $100 that's going to generate more income? And that's the mindset that we have to have, having multiple streams of income. And another thing, in that book, it talk about, don't invest just in other people's ideas. If somebody come to you and they tell you they have this great idea, listen, be leery of it. Do your research before you invest in anything. Because you have to ask people the question, how come it's not working then? If it's that easy. And a lot of things, if it sounds too good to be true, many cases it is. So don't look for no, get rich quick, because that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about learning how, to invest your money, learning how to use your resources. So we're not talking about getting rich quick, because trying to get rich quick will find you poor quick. That's how a lot of people lose their money. So I would recommend that book, The Richest Man in Babylon. I mean, this is a powerful book. And it's so simple. It's an easy read because it uses parables. It's an easy read, small book. The Richest Man in Babylon. It's going to help you. It's going to help you financially. So today we challenging ourselves to grow financially. We're challenging ourselves to make more money. Because I'm gonna tell you about when you become more valuable, the more value you can add to others. Right? Just think about a lot of things that you really want to do that you can't do because of money. Think about a lot of places you would really love to go that you can't go because of money. And this is not a problem that can't be resolved. And that's what we have to come to understand. We live in a land of opportunity. We live in a world of opportunity. You got access to resources from all over the world. So we just have to what? We have to figure it out and know it's out there. Changing, your mindset. Start to see things different. Once again, transforming that mind from a consumer to an investor, an inventor. So there's so much talent and gifts that's in our communities. Many of you're so talented, you're so gifted, and you're sitting on it. I mean, you're sitting on it because you're allowing fear to get in your way. Excuses about what you don't. I mean, you have the gift, you have the talent. And the reality is, you even have the opportunity. You even have the opportunity. So what's keeping you from going forward? Don't sit on your gifts. Your gifts will make room for you. Your gifts and talents is what open up doors for you. So know what those gifts are and use it. Stop sitting on those gifts. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. For real, anything that you're not using, you'll begin to lose it. So I want y'all to continue to have a great day. Continue to challenge yourself. Challenge yourself. And I know I can be talking about a lot of things. And you know what? I talk about a lot of things. But today, I just feel that we should have more conversation about money. We should have more conversation about money, and how people can make money. Especially when we know that 90% of the problems can be solved with some money. And once again, no, I'm not saying that money is everything. No, that ain't what I'm saying at all. I'm not saying that money is solving all problems. No, money don't cure cancer. No, it doesn't do none of those things. And that's not what I'm saying. But I'm talking about things that money does help. Money may not cure cancer, but money help with the research of cancer. So these things, it takes money. And you have a lot of philanthropists that gives to these type of researchers. And thank God that they do have the money. So what happens, if they didn't have the money to be able to give? So when we have money, we find ourselves in a position where we can help. We can help. We can help people with money. We can help ourselves with money. And we need to be talking about how we're going to generate money and not how we're going to continue to spend money. Because a lot of things that we even promote is really about how we're going to spend money. A lot of the parties and all that, it's still about how we're going to spend money. And when it comes down to spending money, everybody show up. But what about when it comes down to learning how to make money? Don't nobody show up because people don't believe that they can make it. So we're going to be talking about money. Once again, you don't have to have money to get started. All you have to have is an idea. It all starts with an idea. It doesn't start with money. When you look at things that exist today, people didn't have money. They didn't have money to get these things. It started off with an idea. Right? So that's where it starts. So I start with the idea. And when you have the idea, then you start finding ways to generate money. So the idea it starts with the idea first. Okay, this is what I want to do. Okay, this is what I want to get into this. I want to do this. Okay, how much does it cost? What's the minimum cost to start investing in this? And now I have to figure out, how do I get that minimum cost? What do I need to do to do that? Once again, you talk about a job. It may come from working. It may come from, you working some overtime. But your overall goal is to have the money to invest in what you're trying to do. So it's different ways that you can get the money to start. You may start with getting a business loan, going to the bank. You may use a credit card, depending on what you're trying to do. You may borrow the money from a friend, a trusted friend, depending on what you're trying to do. You may ask someone, to be a partner with you. So it's so many different things. Like when you look at a lot of the big ideas, there's partnerships involved. It's not just one person who came up with the idea that's making it happen. When you look at Microsoft and you look at Facebook and all these things, these are partnerships. Person have the idea, then they start reaching out to people. They reach out to the bank, the people who have the money. But it starts with knowing, I have a solid idea. So there's a lot of different ways that you can get the funds for your business. But once again, dream big and start small. And always do what you can do. You're not going to be able to, and that's the purpose of you trying to get the money. So you're not going to be able to do everything at once. Start small. And get out of your comfort zone. Because there's a lot of different hustles out here. There's a lot of different hustles that it doesn't even require you to have a lot of money. And I mean a lot of money. I'm talking about as low as $150, $200 to invest. Some is even cheaper than that. Well, you may take $100, $150, and you make $300. And then you continue to flip it. That's what hustling is. And where do you hustle? You hustle in your community. You serve your community. Instead of letting other people serve your community and taking all the money out of the community. Right? So you have to get started. And it's going to be some trial and error. It may be some things that you may try that it may not go as planned. Okay. That's part of the process. You grow, you learn. That's part of business. Don't you know business is gambling? Don't let nobody tell you different. Yeah. If you're in business, you're gambling. Because anything can go wrong. It's a gamble. Every business is a gamble. So what you look to do is take minimum risk. So that's why you do your research and your homework. So find something, and it doesn't have to be something that you're passionate about. And we have to get away with that. Get away from that if we're trying to make money. Understand like a job. You go to a job, a 9 to 5, you want to be doing something that you're passionate about. Okay, that's cool. But when you're talking about having multiple streams of income, it's going to be a lot of things that you're not passionate about. And it's not about your passion. It's about your profit. Is it profitable? Is it a good investment? So don't just focus on things that you're passionate about. I wasn't passionate about selling makeup. I wasn't passionate about selling hair and things like that, but it was profitable. So it wasn't about the passion for me. For me, it was about the profit. And I know I was providing a service that people wanted. So it was profitable for me. Was it passionate? No, it wasn't something but it made money. So don't just get stuck in things that you're passionate about and ignore the fact that it may be profitable. So I just wanted to give y'all something to think about today. Once again, we're challenging ourselves. I want y'all to be great today. Share this video if it was a blessing to you. I hope that it will continue to be a blessing to others. Thank y'all for chiming in. Thank you for your comments, your feedback. I really appreciate y'all on my channel. This is a growth channel, and that's what I look to do. I look to inspire, I look to coach. I look to add value. If there's any particular topics or subjects or resources that you may need and that I may be able to assist you with, don't be afraid to reach out. Also, you can visit my page, www.putmeincoaches.com. I have a lot of resources there as well, that can help you in areas of business. If you're looking for a coach, if you're looking for someone to help come alongside, to help you, to give you the tools and give you the structure and strategy, to help you to be successful, in different areas of your life, reach out to me. That's what I do. Been doing it for over 15 years. Now, this is something that I'm passionate about. This is something that I really love to do. Been doing it for a long time. I love it. God has graced me, with the gift, to be able to, connect with people, to love people, to add value to people. So if you are, one of those people that are looking to grow, you're tired of being stuck, you're tired of being stagnated, you feel like, I know there's a lot more to me, but I can't get out of my own way. I encourage you to reach out so that we can talk, we can look at solutions, because that's what coaching is about. Coaching is about finding solutions to your problems, helping you to overcome the barriers so that you ultimately reach your goal, because that's what it's about. It's about your goal, your pursuit of happiness. And I believe that your dreams, my friend, it does matter. It does matter, and it's not too late for you to rewrite your story. Sometimes we just need the right tools, so that we can write our story effectively. So if you need those tools, if you need some information that's going to help you to get to that next level, by all means, reach out to me. I got you. Let's do it. We're going to be intentional about getting it done. We're going to be intentional about growth. We're going to make this money. We're going to add value to each other. We're going to do some things. So I want y'all to be inspired today. Be great today. And remember, my friend, your dreams matter.